Hello there, everyone. Sorry for the couple minutes late start. I was wrapping up something before I started the stream. So today we're going to work on a part of the Redwoods where I haven't done much yet. Oh look, nettles. So we're going to change that. We will adjust how the foliage is distributed here, as well as probably add some paths. I don't remember if this area has them, so we need to find that out. For anyone here right now, how's everyone doing today? I'm pretty good. Just waking up as usual. I woke up a little earlier this time so I could be a little more prepared, but that's understandable. I would like to release it today if possible, but unfortunately it's not quite that easy. Let's see, we do already have a little bit of a path, but it looks like we have a blank spot of trees here. Okay, so we did connect a path over here. Just have to make sure to add a couple, at least. See where it goes. I'm glad to hear it. I love doing them. I was never much of a streamer, but turns out it's pretty fun. Plus, I just like working on the game, so it's nice to get to share it. Okay, so I just need to connect it to the path over here, it looks like. Not much at all. Then I'll probably add like one more, and that'll be good. Let's see. Yeah, normally I wake up a little bit too close to the time that I'm going to be streaming. So this time I set my alarms a little earlier. I've been going to bed earlier anyways, so might as well make the most of it. Let me see exactly where that other one starts. Right there. Okay. Yeah, I went out and did a scan yesterday and the day before, so a couple scans, but it was the same thing both times. There are a couple of rare trees I found in my town, so I went to scan them to make materials out of them. And that's why I had to start a couple minutes late. It was reprojecting the texture of it onto a plane right before this, so I tried to stop it in time, but it did not want to stop. When it does that, it's baking like a 16K texture, so it takes a little bit. Just gonna move a couple of these out of the way. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, I'm not a morning person at all. Usually, by the time I start the stream, I've already had an espresso, and in this case, also a monster that I'm working on right now. Mornings are just not my vibe. I really wish I could go anywhere to scan some of these nearby, but unfortunately, I'm pretty much on the opposite side of the country almost from where these grow. Oh, yes, you're right. The creator of the horseshoe crab, here gracing us with her presence. How did all of these get so dense in one spot? Let's remove a few of these. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have more coffee though, probably after the stream, so that, the day that I have a heart attack from it, it doesn't happen live on stream. That would just be rude. It is incredibly dark right here. Just gonna strategically remove a few of these. Ah, I think that was one of the main culprits. You shall not evade me for long. Ah, yes. I've heard if you stick them in the ground, they will actually grow. True facts. I do kind of want to have these areas like this that are a little more dense. I just have to make sure they don't get overly dark because it looks ridiculous when that happens, so. Just let in some light here and there. But not too much. I keep my house dark. The house is a mirror of the soul. I think part of the problem right there was there were a few lined up, like, directly in the path of the light. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to this area, so I definitely need to touch it up. Yeah, that's the way to go. I have blackout curtains in my room, and it's just a vibe. Let's see. The other day I had an issue with some rocks that duplicated, so I'm going to make sure none of these did that. Looks like we're good. I thought I replaced these, but I couldn't remember for sure. yeah, it was causing some performance issues in this area. So I've just been checking when I get the chance. Occasionally when you're syncing things between a big team, you can have issues like that where something might duplicate. So it's always something to check if I start hearing about performance issues in a part of the map. And we're actually going to add more ferns because I shrank some of the foliage the other day, the ground foliage, because I felt it was too big compared to the character models. That made it a lot less dense as well, which is also what I was going for, but there's some spots where I want it to be a little more dense with ground foliage. Just not so much you can't see where you're going. Then again, that's part of the fun. You don't know where you're going. Something's chasing you. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite places to go, which is kind of weird because when I started on the project, the Redwoods was one of my least favorite places to work on, and now it's become one of my favorites. I think part of the issue at first was I didn't like the performance here because this pack of redwood trees originally comes as masked foliage, which is pretty bad with nanite, and eventually I converted it to full geometry and it runs a lot better now. So I think it was just a little tedious working in this area before. I think I might need to fix some of these. I've seen several of these floating. Okay. So I think we cleared out the really dark spot there. So definitely need to fill that empty space back there and kind of expand the path a little bit. Let's just go ahead and fill the space while we're over here. Do some of these large boys. You see how dense that is? That's reasonable. Some of the medium ones. I do need to use these fir trees in a few more places, but part of the problem here is I need another redwood material for the ground that actually looks good. Because I'm not a huge fan of the other ones that came with this pack. That'd be a little too much. I think we'll just put some more of the big ones because we've got quite a few fir trees. Wahaha! Big boys. Oh god, now I lost the trail. Okay. The problem is it has a bunch of rocks on it. I'll probably clear those because you can't really tell where the trail goes. Like 3 trees that ended up in the same spot. Completely normal. Okay, yeah, let's clear the rocks off this path because you really can't see anything. In fact, is that even... Yeah, that's the path material I was using. This boy's right here. And then I wanted to add some kind of points of interest around this area. I've been focusing so much on optimizing and fixing bugs lately, I haven't gotten to do enough work adding new stuff, so I think we'll do a couple little areas today. Need to clear this because it is impossible to tell where the path is. Let's see, so what are everyone's plans today? I'll be sitting here the entire day, working on the game. I guess the only thing other than that, I'm making some Japanese cedar models. I have one growing in my backyard, so I took some photos of the needles, and just need to make a leaf atlas out of them. I kind of like how these lined up, even though it makes it a little too dark. See if I can remedy that without changing this too much. I didn't even mean to do this. I mean, it was intentional. There we go. But I think we'll add kind of like a little ditch or something maybe through here. I really do love this area now. It's... Like I said, I used to not like working on the Redwoods, but it's become probably my favorite area to work on. But I figured if I didn't like it, then I need to do better. And I want to put some areas with fallen trees. Part of the problem is that it's hard to find any resources for anything redwood online, and this pack is one of the only ones that has high quality stuff related to it, and I can't find any actual scans of fallen redwoods or anything like that. So I did make some, but they're not done yet. But I think there are some that are included in this pack that are not the best quality, but they're acceptable. The older stuff that's in this pack is a little questionable sometimes. I've been replacing a lot of it. Let's just remove these. It looks like we're almost done clearing the rocks. In fact, let's just do it this way. I don't think they made it this far out. Yeah. So the last thing we'll do with paths is just add a couple more that lead to other spots, like further over this direction. There will eventually be more out here, like villages, things like that. But right now, the modeler who's doing that for us is working on it. So I'm not going to place any villages just yet. You like my method of planning paths? I don't. Oh my god, you can't see anything. I'll have to fix that. Can't even tell where the path is. That is why I needed to come back to this area. So let's take a gander. We do. If nobody posts a link to it, I'll post one in just a bit. I want to clear this out a little bit so it's not so incredibly dense that you can't see anything. As much as I love ultra dense forests, I have to tone it down sometimes because it's cool to look at and not so cool to play in. I really wish I had enough space to grow my giant sequoia like this, but something tells me it probably wouldn't reach these heights in Texas anyways. But we're preparing for the tech demo to come out pretty soon, so I've been doing a lot of little touch-up work like this and bug fixes, things like that. That's mostly what the streams have been the past few weeks, but we're going to add something new today just to mix it up a little bit. But this is just a little bit too dense for my liking. Like spots like that, it looks cool when you're looking at it, but it wouldn't be so great to play in. I'm gonna pull up our Discord real quick so I can post that link for you. Oh, I agree. I love when a game has a good forest. And it's my favorite thing to make in a game is really dense, realistic forests. That's one of the biggest things that drew me to Nanite in the first place, and why it took so much time to figure out how to make it run well in these kind of situations, because it really transforms a game to have a really good forest and good atmosphere there. Because if you go in a real forest, there are plenty of spots where you can't even walk through because it's so dense. And I understand why, but a lot of games don't have that, so I wanted to have some spots like that at least. Okay, so that's getting over towards the spot where I've already done some work. And I'm thinking about putting like a cliff rock thing that leads out over this spot a little bit, just a little bit out here. So maybe I'll have the path head over this direction, and it's right there, so that works out. Again, I need to clear out these little rocks because you just cannot see the path when they're loaded. But I am going to change the path material pretty soon. Once I actually find a good replacement. And that will make it easier. Something that'll contrast the rocks a bit more. Look at that, I lost the path. Oh wait, no, that was the second one. I am just that smart. Let's find a good cliff we could put here. Then I'll clear that out a little bit. Oh yes, I was like, what plant is this? Let's see what we've got. First I'll just see if there's anything that fits that's included in the pack. But it doesn't look like any of those are quite what I'm looking for. Actually, I'll go ahead and look to see if there's a good cliff I haven't already downloaded. Potentially one of these. And I'm not going to worry too much about the material on it because I'm just going to change it to match the biome anyways, so the texture doesn't matter a whole lot in this case. Maybe one of these beach cliffs. Good rocks can really make a scene look epic. I'm just saying. It's important. I've got this song stuck in my head. My favorite band released a new song recently, and I was watching it, the new video for it, right before I started the stream, and now I can't get it out of my head. Yeah, I think we'll grab one of those beach cliffs. A couple of them. That boy there. And, That one. This is one of those things I definitely load up on because nanite compresses them so heavily when they're compiled in the game that it's worth it to have a ton of different rocks. It looks like I already have one of them. Bro, I caused a crash. That's alright. We'll load back in. We will not be stopped. I apparently already had one of those models, and then it freaked out when I tried to replace it. Because I already have it out in the world somewhere. Where? Who knows? Now I just need to get a 5090 so I can work on more of it at once. Maybe I could work on it twice. One window open in one area, another in another area. It'd be great. Ah, I also need to log into our Perforce server. Now we can go back to where we were. That's it right there. Triangle trees. You don't need a ground texture. That's peak environment design. Okay, so I don't want to cause another crash again, so we're just going to use an existing cliff. Because it looks like I already had the one that I wanted anyways. But one of them did download. Or part of it. Just in case, I'm just not going to use that one. In case it didn't fully download, I just don't want to deal with that. See, this might do the job. Maybe. Actually, never mind. That is far too boring for our purposes. Have to have a rock that speaks to your soul. We'll just use these. This will work just dandy. See that? That is a prime rock right there. Yeah, we'll use a couple of these and we'll be good to go. Just have to make sure they have collisions. For some reason, Megascans don't come with collisions, so you have to apply them yourself. This will take just a moment, just need to disable that. Excellent. Okay, now we can use them. Grab that one, this one, and this boy. And I have a material that'll make them fit this area. Whoops. Let's try this one. I have a few of them. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll use that. Now we have to make it a chunky rock. Part of the thing was, though, I kind of wanted it to lead out here a little more, so now that I'm thinking about it, I'll still use these, but I'm going to add one more. It's a lot bigger. But we can still use these. Actually, we might even be able to make this work. Maybe. It's kind of hard to line these up, but if I line it up just right, we might be able to have it horizontal like this. My goal is I want to have a spot that you can step out onto and be like, I'm the Lion King. But I do want it to go out further. Now I might have to fit that one side by side to maybe be able to fit it together, but let's see. Might be able to smash these on there. Not quite. So if we can't make these work, we'll use them somewhere else. I have another one in mind that would for sure do the job. We can cover some of these cracks up. Yeah, I think let's just use one that's not going to have holes in it, just so we can prevent issues. Hello there. Your name is Green. I tried to find this rock pack so I could buy them for my own projects, but it is literally called rock pack, which makes it really hard to find. Ah, okay. Yeah, you see how experienced I am with streaming. Take a look at a few of these, see what will fit the best. Yeah, I've been going through and disabling the generate light map UVs option on anything I have that has it, because it turns out it takes more video memory with that enabled. Oh, okay. I think we'll use a few of these. I'm alright at coding, but it's not my favorite. Like, I can do it, but it's really not what I'd prefer to be doing. Now that is something I've not learned yet. Animation. It looks really tedious, and since I already spend so much time making full geometry foliage, which is already really tedious, I wasn't really looking to do another thing that would make everything I do take even more time, because then I would start seeing animations that I could fix up, and then it would be, it would be terrible. I know myself, I'll obsess if I see something that's not very good. This was more what I was looking for, so you could walk out here and be like, YOLO, I am the Lion King, and then jump off. Maybe don't do that last part. Just need to make these match the area. Just like that. It's a beaut. Let's make it even better. Switch this up a little bit. It just looks like animation would be so much work, which I would be fine with. But it's that I already probably spend too much time working on these things. Curious. This one looks like something weird is going on with the normals, maybe? Let's see. No? Turns out it's fine. Probably just the material not matching up with the UVs that well. And flip it over. Just saying, if you use nanite, you really gotta use it. Put 1,000,000 of everything. Make the most of the cost. Maybe sometime I should watch somebody animate, because I really don't know much about it at all, so I may not even know what I'm talking about. There is a guy that's doing some rigging on a character that's in my... I don't know if I can say that word on this stream. That's in my Not Happy Forest in Japan. That game. And it looks like it's quite a bit of work, but I don't know how long he's been doing it, so I don't know. I think he hasn't been doing it for very long, so I'm guessing there are probably more efficient ways to do it, but... I'm just going to extend this a tiny bit more. I should probably check this too. I'd quickly remeshed these a long time ago now, so I don't know if I ever checked that the normals were how I needed them. I'm pretty sure when you remesh in Unreal it automatically defaults to per vertex normals, but just in case. Well, hey, if you continue on, then you'll probably end up with plenty of time on your hands one day to do animation and other things that you feel like learning. Oh yes. But where do we put it? I like rock bridges, I just need to find a place to have one go from one area to another. I might know a place. They're actually pretty fun to make. In our cove area, we have a big rock bridge there. There are going to be some things that happen with that bridge. Excellent. So now we have a little area you can walk out onto. I'm going to have to come and check, though. This might be not something you can easily traverse, because those bumps are so big. Maybe we'll add something to make it easier to walk on. I wonder if this could look like a pathway. Not really. Let's do this then. The ghetto method. We'll make like a little pathway out of boards. It'll be great. Oh my god, it's tiny. We'll do like 2 or 3 variants. I actually don't like that one because you can tell there are nails in it, and that doesn't really fit. So we're gonna toss something together. I actually need to make sure these are, that these have collision, because they might not. So once I get a few of these together, I could just kind of copy and paste and rotate them around. But yes, I think we could do a rock bridge somewhere. Let's just find a good spot. They all have collision. Just need to disable these. Because it also turns out the topology is affected by the option chosen there. If you're using UE4 compatible UVs. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I've been having to slowly migrate everything that's a Megascan over to my more optimized Megascan material. I think all of them share the same one. Excellent. Oh, okay, they're already using it. Sweet. I know the feeling. My school is for computer science, so it's been a lot to learn alongside doing level design, and I'm always trying to learn more with Unreal too. So it's just a lot sometimes. Now we can kind of copy and paste these. I just wanted to put something that you could walk on that looks like it was just kind of thrown there. Now we can use these. And if we put it in a packed level actor, little extra bit of optimization there. So right now they're mostly different instances, but doing this walk the plank. So yeah, now it has it in just 3 separate instances. This does not need to be in HLOD. It's interesting because it says it's 3 instances, but when I'm looking here, there are more than that. I don't know. Mystery that will remain forever unsolved. Let's make it. Definitely need to put something under it so this doesn't look completely ridiculous. One thing at a time, though. But this is pretty much the most efficient way you can repeat something with nanite, by using packed level actors. We'll definitely put something under it though, because it would look a little ridiculous to just have this raggedy plank bridge with no support. No, that's it. No support. You don't need it. We'll just kinda... we can stack some rocks maybe, but I'm gonna see if we have something better. Ooh, fancy salmon. Yeah, I guess we'll just put some rocks under it. Smaller ones, of course. Let's see, I just want to get it close enough that it doesn't look completely ridiculous. At the moment, I was making a little... Look at that ridiculous log over there, I just spotted it. I was just making a little outcropping of rock coming out from the Redwoods, so you could come out here and Lion King it. So when I get my horseshoe crab tattoo, I'll just get Horseshoe Crab Gang under it. Sounds reasonable to me. I'm a very reasonable guy. Sometimes. Let's just grab that mossy stone and put a different material on it. A couple of them. That one actually might work great. Just have to put a matching material. Maybe. Yeah, that works. In the end, they're not going to be like feature rocks. They're just here to support our little questionably built bridge. Make this one just slightly bigger. That'll work. And now we'll gather all of these into a packed level actor. I tried to use everything at least twice so that we could instance them together for a better performance here. Turn up the camera speed. I think that's all of them. Now let's just get the path to lead over here and we'll be good with this little outcropping. But I am excited to finish up that scan that I did yesterday of the... I scanned a couple things. A Montezuma cypress and a Nanjing cypress. Also, I built the worst HLOD I've had to build yet on the map, which are kind of like distant representations of the landscape when you don't have it loaded. It was 2 gigs and 42 million triangles. It took a very long time. I haven't heard anything about that, so I don't think it will be, but I could be wrong. I could see that being a thing. There we go. I really hate when it does that. Yeah, the HLODs for this map take a very long time to build. So I haven't gotten them all built yet for that reason. Yesterday it took 2 hours to compile that one. And that was just one of them. I know we discussed it. I don't know for sure what they're doing about the combat, but we definitely want it to be more engaging rather than casual. Actually, let me remove these rocks first before I sculpt this. What did I already have selected? Was there anything? Guess not. Those stupid little rocks. I had to set those to stop popping up on paths. I'm going to assume, although I'm not certain, so don't take my word for it, I'm going to assume dismemberment will happen. Just based on what I've seen them already doing. Okay, now we can sculpt this out a little bit. Well, almost. Yeah, it's definitely more than spam clicking. I do know that for sure. I don't always keep up with the plans for things like that, since I'm always deep into the map, but from what I have seen, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, we definitely don't plan on really simple, boring combat. Which was nice to hear, because I want this to be an approachable game, but at the same time, not so casual that it becomes boring. So I was happy to hear that personally. Does the Isle not have dismemberment, or are you saying they do? I still plan to play it, but I haven't gotten to play it yet. But I have a feeling I'll be stuck on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for a while. I loved the first one, so I'm sure it's going to be just as addictive. Well, that is unfortunate. Although I know that game has had a rough run on development from the sound of it. I don't know everything about it, but it sounds like their original team isn't really around anymore. Yes. I always forget about the bot. Really, I could probably use it sometimes, because I just get so invested in what I'm doing that I don't always know the answers to these things, which sounds a little ridiculous, but huge map. I've always got a lot of things I'm focusing on at once. How it goes. Actually, let's keep those. Yes. Yeah, the plans they've told me for combat, I heard it and I was like, that sounds like it's going to be really difficult for the programmers. But they've been doing great. I'll probably redo a bunch of the rocks on the side of this mountain later on. Just smoothing out some spots while I'm over here. Oh yeah, even right now, every time I play the game, I play as a dinosaur, except for when I have to test something for tribals. Because a lot of times, I can put a character on the map to get an idea of scale and things like that, but it's not always easy to tell if something's actually going to be difficult to walk on. So I have to come back and check those things. Just going to clear a few of these trees that are in not so great spots. Do this. I don't know about you, but I really dislike when I get one-word responses. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. It's going to be awesome. I mean, part of the reason I'm even working on the game is so I can play it too. Because I've wanted a good dinosaur game for a long time, and none of them really scratched that itch for me. Not that the other games are bad or anything, but I just have specific ideas in mind of what I want them to be like. So you have to be the change you want to see in the world. I usually don't like being the monster in horror games. To me, the big fun about horror is the adrenaline and running from something. That I'm not sure about. You might be right. You get rid of these trees that are floating. Kind of the problem with really big trees. It's hard to align them and not make it look ridiculous. Anyways, I'll mess with that stuff later. Let's see what they have in terms of fallen trees. That is what it seems like. Makes sense to me. We're definitely big on the danger factor of wandering as a tribal. Let's see what we have. With fallen trees, I guess that would be probably debris. Looks like there are a few. It's not an extremely impressive model. Oh, but you can go inside. Ooh, okay, yeah, we're definitely using this. Yeah, that is pretty excellent. Ooh, yes, I should make it huge. Especially because if you watch the videos of the real redwood forests, you know, I should probably make this a little higher detail since we're going to go inside of it. Oh yes, yes they are. I didn't realize I wanted a log that you could walk through until just now. And this one's cool, but not amazing. But that, look at that. That's a vibe. We could use that in a couple spots. I'm sorry, I'm nerding out over logs right now. It's going to be just a moment. You know how cool it would be to find a log? Like some huge one in real life that you could just walk through? I'm telling you, I just need to go live in the Redwoods. Let's see it. Let's put it up to a ridiculous scale. That's already pretty big. That's definitely big enough for a person to walk through. Let's put it facing the light so we can see a little better. Drop a human out here. I am getting so many messages right now. This is why I often reply slow. Yeah, I'm just a little bit far from it. See, look at that. It's huge. Yeah, we're doing it. Gonna put a few of these. How did I not know all this time that we had this? I also want to be a log gremlin. Oh, we could use that on the outcropping we just put out here. Forget the bridge. We have other plans now. Log gremlin horseshoe crab gang. Okay, we're gonna break this. We no longer need the bridge. We have new plans. Oh yes, definitely rock bridge. I forgot because I got distracted by the log. I do that. Excellent. I love it. I guess it'll have to clip into the ground a little, but whatever. In this case, I want it. So we'll have to allow a little bit of imperfection here. I'm gonna move it over this way a little bit. Yeah, or maybe a storm. Let's see how that looks. That's not gonna work, so let me bump it up a little bit. Now that will work. Yes, look at that. What a vibe. Yeah, maybe I'll put some more trees close to the edge of the cliff here so it kind of makes sense where it came from, because they are kind of far away. However, we don't need them inside each other. There we go. Good idea. Let's add more of them. Ooh, you're right. Maybe I should make it a little bit more dense right here, so we can have that really good shot there. Yeah, let's thin out the rocks a little bit and add more trees. Yes. I support this. This is officially the log gremlin cliff. We can do that. Yeah, I fully support it. You now have my endorsement as environment dude that this is the log gremlin cliff. Oh, those stupid trees. Need to make them go a little further in the ground. As official log gremlin, horseshoe crab gang. Those devs are so rude to their players, they call them log gremlins. Tough love. Oh look, it's floating. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Uh, Look at that. What a vibe. Definitely a good idea. Oh, those are our climate zones. We have different climates in each biome. Danger log. Follow it and end up off the side of the cliff. But yes, we have several different climate zones. Oh, yes. But I'm going to put that in a secret spot, so I'm going to do it off the stream. Not this spot. I just can't wait for somebody to walk through this and then just fall off the cliff. I'm going to go ahead and put these in a packed level actor. Oh yes. I'm going to take some screenshots. Maybe I'll even do it on the stream, because we have some features that aren't even in the demo yet, like Restart GI. So maybe I'll show that off on the stream. Oh wait, actually, I have a plugin disabled right now that I need for Restart GI. But I guess we could just enable it. Oh my god, I'm going to use this log everywhere. I had no idea that we had this. Oh, what am I doing? I'm telling you, I'm just so excited that I just forgot what I was doing. We'll go ahead and get those screenshots, and then I guess that's where we'll stop the stream for the day. So let me enable this. I'm just gonna have to restart real quick so you can see real-time path tracing in action. And this is I love this spot. I need that grass to go though. It does not fit there. Now there's just like a little landing strip of grass. But yes, for anybody who doesn't know what it is, I'm running a custom build of Unreal that uses, it's the NVRTX branch. So it has some extra performance features and also graphical features for just an optional feature for those who can run it once we add it officially. But it has Restore GI, which is something you can use instead of Lumen, and it's real-time path tracing, the same you'll find in Cyberpunk. We can switch to that. Just need to change a couple settings because, as you see, it messes with a few things here. Oh, whoops. Set it to 32 bounces just because we can. And there we are, real-time path tracing. Get a couple screenshots here. Maybe change the weather. I just love good lighting. Oh, actually, I need to change that in a different volume. I think it's this one. Or not. There we go. Let's try rain, perhaps? No, that's not it. Maybe it was best just with bright skies. Then we'll move over here. Under the earth, completely normal. And one more. But where from? Just right here. But yes, there you are. That is Reister GI. Alright, so we'll go ahead and stop here so I can go grab some lunch. And I was getting a couple calls that may be important. So, I'll have to find out what's going on. But thank you all for watching. I'll be back on Tuesday again, so I hope to see you all then.